Hey everyone. All right, so let's talk about Solo, a Star Wars story. Now, I'm going to go over with you what I think Solo needs to do and not do in order to be a good Star Wars movie. And again, going into this is purely subjective. Every fan has a different idea as to what's a good Star Wars movie. So your list or your things might be different, but this is just for me personally. Number one, leave the Marvel humor out of this movie. Please, no Marvel humor. I love Marvel movies, but I'm not a fan of their humor. I'm really not. It's overly cheesy. It's really the reason why I don't like Thor Ragnarok. It just doesn't work for me. Personally, it doesn't work for me, and I want it left out of Star Wars. I loved The Last Jedi, but one of the major problems I had with that movie was that whole Hux and Poe thing at the beginning with "Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?" It felt like Marvel. I hated it. Worst thing in the entire movie. Honestly, in my opinion, the worst thing in the entire movie. So yeah, Solo, I don't want to see it do that. I don't want it to be corny. I want it to have that classic Star Wars humor. And so far, in all fairness, from the trailers, the banter between Han and Chewie and Han and Lando, perfect, spot on. So I'm really hopeful. I don't think there's a lot of that Marvel humor in there. Hopefully there's not. But yeah, that's a big factor for me. Keep the Marvel humor out of it. Out of it. Number two, let Solo basically be Indiana Jones in space. Let it be this big, fun, exciting adventure. That's all I want from Solo, okay, in terms of story. Just be a big, fun, exciting adventure. And from what I'm seeing, that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like Raiders of the Lost Ark, in outer space. That's perfect. That's exactly the kind of tone and style they should be going with. Hopefully, when I see the movie, that's exactly what it is. That's what they need to do. They also need to stay away from like Force users and the Jedi and the Sith. And I love all that stuff. I love the lore of all the, the mysticism and the magic, so to speak, of Force users and the Jedi. But you also have to be smart in how you use that. And this is not a movie for that stuff. So this is more about scum and villainy, scoundrels, gangsters, the underbelly of that Star Wars universe. And that's what it really should focus on. I don't want to see lightsaber fights. I don't want to see Force users in this. Maybe a small cameo or a small reference to that stuff. That's fine. I don't want to see it play a big role in this movie. I don't think it's gonna, but I just want to put it out there. I don't think it belongs in Solo at all. So as long as Solo hits those three major things, keep the Marvel humor out, just have a big, grand Indiana Jones style adventure and no lightsaber fights and Force users, I'll be happy. Honestly, I'll be super happy with Solo. Everything that I've heard, one of my biggest fears was that Alden wasn't going to feel like Han. And every review I've heard, even the reviews that have not been kind to the movie, have all said Alden nails his portrayal of Han. It feels like Han Solo, but it's his own take on it as well. It's not an impersonation. So, I'm not really worried about that anymore. I think Alden's going to kill it. Lando, not worried at all. I know Lando is going to kill it. I know he's going to be great. But those are, pretty much what I'm expecting from this movie. And go and see it. Look, if you're a Star Wars fan, go and see Solo. Even if you feel like, I didn't ask for this movie, I didn't want a Han Solo story. Even if you feel like that, go and see it. Give it a chance. You might be pleasantly surprised. And let's support the franchise, because let's be real here. If Solo does well, there's a way better chance that Kenobi is going to be the next one. Okay, Disney and Lucasfilm will feel more confident in greenlighting, a Kenobi film if they know that Solo did great. So support the film. I'm not saying you have to see it many times, but at least give it a shot. See it once, see what you think. decide for yourself. Do not trust Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, any of those, user scores. There's a lot of people, like those boycott Solo people and fire Kathleen Kennedy folks, that are going in there and downvoting Solo, repeatedly, and creating fake accounts to tank the score. Okay, don't believe those scores. When the Rotten Tomato score comes out, the fan score comes out, it will be low. I promise you it will be low. There's people with 0 lives that are going in there and voting it down over and over and over again. Do not believe that. Go and see it yourself. Judge for yourself. So that's all I can really say. But I think Solo is going to be a really fun time. I'm really excited for it. But I'll be honest with you guys. I'm going to see it on opening night. If Solo sucks, I'm not going to come out here and pretend that I like the movie. I'm not. I'm going to give you my honest review. I love Star Wars, but I'm not going to lie to you and say it's great when it's not. I'm going to give you the real deal. Okay? So I'm hoping that it's going to be fantastic, though. I really am. But I will give it criticism if it deserves it, if it warrants it. So I'm not just going to sugarcoat it. But what do you guys think? What are the things in Solo? What are some aspects that need to happen or need not to happen in order for you to, really love this movie? Comment, post them below. I love to hear from you guys. Like, subscribe. I do content on Disney parks, Star Wars, Pixar, the movies, Marvel, all of it, all the time. Follow me on Twitter at OrangeGirl55. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, may the Force be with you.